And we're like, you got to give us something because we can't have you stepping on other people's jokes or other people stepping on your jokes. He's like, I don't want to give you shit, you know. And he flew in the night before, and we had a set the next day that weren't even jokes. And we were all kind of scared. And he gets up there and does Patrice's
What do you mean,
thing.
like a set of, like he hands you, does he have to hand it in to the writers?
Yeah, you have to, like everybody, we know everybody's set going out. They don't know each other's set. But like if you both have the same joke, we can't send you out.
How do you tell which guy to drop which joke? Me, you, and Matty Boy all have the same joke. Who do you just let us know that we all have the same joke?
We don't let you know you all have the same joke, but we'll say somebody else has a very similar joke. And,
Can you tell me who it is?
No, don't tell you who it is.
Really?
Yeah. And if it's another comic, if it's like you and us two, you would get the joke because you're a comic. And we know you wrote it. But, you know, if you're an actress or somebody, you're going to lose it. And it's to protect them.
So Patrice hands you just garbage.
Yeah, it was.
I love it. He's
like,
laughing right now. I had those motherfuckers garbage.
It's like, okay.
Well, I had my motherfucking jokes.
And then he gets up there and destroys.
But it was this weird moment where, and you were there, so you'll know, how much of Patrice's set was not on television? Like 20 minutes of it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he had a long set. And it got uncomfortable for a while.
Because he went after William Shatner.
Yeah.
But William Shatner, he said, I didn't know you were just like an old racist dude.
Yeah.
But what William Shatner said on TV wasn't racist.
No. And
so William Shatner, it got cut out. He said really racist stuff.
He had one racist
really bothered
joke.
Patrice.
Yeah, it was something like, I don't remember exactly the joke, but I think it involved hot sauce and grape soda.
which also could have been Amy Schumer's.
Could have been. And you know, it was funny, like Patrice, and I never...
Who's writing? Wait a minute. There's no way Shatner comes to the table with hot sauce and grape soda bits.
No.
So one of you guys fucking wrote it for him, and then he says it, and then Patrice goes up and just stops the roast cold. Like, I didn't know William Shatner was just like an old racist dude.
Exactly.
That's messed up, man.
Patrice took a lot of this stuff personal. Like, it was weird. Like,
remember, Amy Schumer goes, just like your grandmom, who I'm sure raised you.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, what was one of I had on there?
It's only an hour show, Jim.
Yeah, I know. It's been so long ago, and there's like so many jokes. It's like, you know, I love hearing Patrice on the radio, but every time he comes on, my gas mileage goes down. Had some diabetic jokes about it.
There's a lot of diabetic jokes.
Yeah, you know,
and it killed him, so I hope everybody's happy.
Yeah,
But
you know, when they re-air that, when they re-air it now, they took out some of the mean Patrice jokes, and I know he would hate that.
Yeah, he would have went nuts.
Like,
and that is the thing. Like, when someone dies, you go, you know, he would have liked that. But with Patrice, I think it's pretty clear what he would have liked and disliked. Like, don't edit my shit.
He would be livid. Like, they wanted to make it not as mean towards him, and it's like, that's disrespecting
Funny's
Patrice.
funny.
Yeah.
Funny's funny.
Man,
now, Charlie Sheen. So when Mike Tyson does a joke and it doesn't work, whose job is it to go to him and explain to him how it should go?
No, like once it starts.
Who's his Kevin Rooney?
You know, there's no redoing it when you're doing it live. But while we were rehearsing it, he did it great. And, you know, he was doing like all these classic poems was his bit where he recited, made him really smart.
Like Andrew Dice Clay?
No, not dirty poems. Classic.
Well, I consider the Dice Clay catalog.
They are classic. That's
classic
right.
poems. Canterbury Tales, Hickory Dickory Dock, and
Man, I worked with Dice one time for like, when I was doing the X show, I did a bit with him, and we went to the meeting. First time I met Dice, this guy was brilliant. Blew me away. He was like the funniest dude. Wasn't the Dice man, but he was just hysterical. And then when we get to do the bits, he changes completely, and I felt like he was doing an Andy Kaufman thing where he was trying to be anti-funny. And he would call my house at night to discuss the bits. And I got to where I couldn't answer the phone because it would be like an hour-long crazy. And like if you'd have told me in college, well, I say one day Dice is going to call
college?
you. I didn't go to college.
Where'd you go to college?
Went to David Lipscomb University, the Bisons.
David
Lipscomb University.
A college named after an actual person.
Yeah.
That's really how you know you've hit the big time.
Well, you know.
David Lipscomb, of course, invented the sextant.
Exactly. How did you know?
As Alex Trebek.
You're a big fan. They play Kentucky this year.
They do?
They did.
What's the spread on that, 50?
Yeah, exactly. Why isn't Kentucky ranked?
Look, don't get off the fact that Dice Clay called you.
Yeah,
if you want to hear any of that, go to J Mohr Sports. It's an iHeartRadio radio station.
I want to hear you talking
570.
about that because I think it's biased. But yeah, if you'd have told me in college that Dice is going to call you at home regularly and you're going to hate it.
That's the part.
I would never have guessed it.
And you're going to be Gilbert Gottfried and he's going to ask you to add cunts.
Yeah, exactly. This business is crazy.
Who surprised you the most when you had to write for somebody that wasn't a comic and went up and took your material and you went, wow, maybe this person could be a comic?
On the roast or anywhere?
Roast, specifically, I guess.
I think Kate Walsh was really good.
How drunk was she?
She'd had a few.
Yeah.
She'd had a few.
The best line in the history of those roasts ever, to me,
Yeah.
is when Jeff Ross said to Courtney Love, how is it that Kurt Cobain right now looks better than you?
That's so awesome.
That was the all-time whoa and hysterical. It was great.
I think my favorite line was a Geraldo line. And I forget who the roast was. I wasn't working on it, but just as a fan. And Ralphie May was on the dais. and Greg Giraldo was like, Ralphie May is the only guy who, when he watches a porn, he comes when the pizza man comes. So great. Ralphie loved it too. That was the greatest joke ever. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You remember?
He's fucking dead too.
Yeah. How about that?
People don't realize when you do a roast when Sorry. Yeah. God damn, that was funny. Hey, ladies, I brought you a pizza. Ooh, I'll get it. Maybe we should hit the door in our panties. You guys order a pie? Sorry. Wow, that really surprised me. I did not see that joke live. So otherwise, it wouldn't have hit me on the raw nerve like that. When you do a roast, people don't realize how often guys come up with the same joke. Because you go, I'm going to just explain to the listener because you and I talked about it. It's common knowledge to you and me. But like you do a roast about Drew Carey, you're going to make fun of The Price is Right. You're going to do jokes about big dick jokes because he put a whole bunch of them in his book. You're going to make fun of his show. You're going to make fun of his weight, his stupid glasses. And you're going to make fun. I don't think I'm saying that's what you'd say in the book. So there's like 5 trees with fruit that everyone's reaching for the same thing. And the low-hanging fruit, it's gone. It's gone. The first comic goes up and you take a page of your act and you got to pull it. It's done. I did the Drew Carey roast and I asked to get edited out of the roast. I bombed so bad. It was brutal. It was when the Friars were really, really involved.
Yeah.
And they were really old and they took themselves way too seriously. Like they thought they were like a motorcycle club. It's like just a bunch of fucking old Jewish guys at a dais. And then I said something like David Dinkins and Abe Beam, former New York mayors. By the way, like the worst ones ever.
Yeah.
Like no one was worse than these two guys and they were in the same genre. We're at the same dais. And I said, stick around. I did a joke and it bombed. It was all, I went on 13th. And I bombed 13th. And I go, exactly. Every joke's gone.
Man.
So I go, well, if you don't like that, you're going to like it after the roast. Abe Beam and David Dinkins are going to go out back and have a bad mayor off. That's all I said. Freddie Roman stands up with that goddamn squirrel on his head and goes, that's disrespectful. Apologize to one of both. We're on television.
Oh, my goodness.
And I go, did you say that or did your toupee just talk? And now the other Friars are going, that's out of line. Buddy Hackett's in the back going, you let him finish. Shut your mouth and let him finish.
There's nothing out of line.
I vouch for this kid. I vouch for him. And at the very end of the roast, Pat Coop, and I got booed. And then Freddie Roman's waving to the crowd like WWE, like, come on, let me hear these boos, right? So I literally get booed. And I've been doing it a while. Like I've been doing it 18 years at the time. And then at the end, Pat Cooper goes up 2 spots after me. Pat Cooper goes up and does like 4 minutes. He's just destroying. Only Pat Cooper could kill last, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, and where's the young man that got booed? And I'm like, oh no, this is either gonna be the greatest moment of my life or the worst. But either way, it'll be the greatest. It's Pat Cooper.
Yeah.
And where's that young man? He looks like Beaker from the fucking Muppet Show. Yep. His mouth only just goes straight up and down like Beaker. And where's that young man that got booed? Where is he? Where is he? Is that you? Are you the one that got booed? And I go, yeah. And he goes, you didn't succumb. You didn't succumb, and we should reward you.
Nice. That's like, awesome. That's worth it.
You didn't succumb.
That's worth it. Like, that's worth bombing to get that.
Once, yes.
But
I wouldn't want to do it again. But see, and I've never been back to a roast since then because you know how I lost, and then I want you to talk a lot more. I was supposed to go third. Barry Katz, the master of all things inspiring and dubious simultaneously. There's always two streams of thought when Barry talks to you. You're like, that's the greatest advice I've ever heard. And then, wait, is he serious? I think, is that an Earth, Wind, and Fire lyric? Barry was producing this freaking roast and goes,
and put you on 13th.
No, he put me on third. And he goes, your best hitter hits third, man. I got you hitting third. You go up there and you just create a holy shit moment and be undeniable.
That's a big thing.
I'm like, all right, I'll do it. I get the blue piece of paper that says the order, and it says number 3, Dick Capri. America just said, who's Dick Capri?
Yeah, I just said, who's Dick Capri?
Capri is an old comic. Like, he's like, makes Freddie Roman look famous. Like, he's a guy not quite as famous as Freddie Roman. But he's still that old guy with the geranium on his head, you know? And he's a guy that would like play himself in like a mafia TV show. Like on The Sopranos, like, hey, we're going around the corner. Dick Capri just showed up. And I go, hey, Barry goes, well, you're going to have to talk to Dick because I worked out the order. You're supposed to go on third, man. So I go, hey, Dick, I'm Jay Mohr. And he goes, yeah, how you doing, kid? He's all sweaty. He's got like an old suit. He's just old. Everything's old, like Willie Loman of jokes. And I go, listen, you're listed at going on third. Now, my manager told me, fuck you, you motherfucker. I lobbied hard for this spot. He's got his
Who's he lobbying to?
I don't know, but he's screaming at me, and I just go, out of respect, I gave it to him. In hindsight, I should have blown him up.
That's horrible. But see, you should do a roast. Like, you should do the next one because you would love it. And you're not, even if you go last, like the writers are so good.
But I don't want people, I'm too sensitive. I don't want people shitting on me.
It's a roast. You can't take that seriously.
Yeah, but when they touch on like your kids and your family.
Don't do that. And you can say, look, hey, kids are off limits. And they'll respect that. You know, they're not.
But I wouldn't. I would go right. That's the thing is I would want, okay, I can crystallize my thoughts eloquently. I don't think I want to go on a roast because I would want them to adhere to rules that I would outright refuse. Like if Tom Arnold said, you can't go over after the fact that I've had like 4 wives and they were young, I'd be like, well, that's ridiculous. I'm not doing it then.
Yeah, no, I think you would because you are also a human and you're one of the nicest people out there, whether people know it or not. And, you know, if Tom says, hey, look, my kid's got cerebral palsy.
Wait a minute.
I don't know why I went to that.
That escalated. For the record,
that's the limit. I'm not going to make fun of people with cerebral palsy.
Tom Arnold's kid does not have cerebral palsy.
No, he does not.
Tom is still listed as doubtful.
Yeah, Tom, you don't know. But like you would say, nah, okay, I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to, hit you hard on everything else.
Yeah, I'm just afraid. I'll be honest with you.
You know, a lot of people are. It's a hard show to book.
I didn't realize they pay people. Ooh. I thought everybody just gets the same amount of money until I heard Tom Arnold on Howard. And the negotiating, it was like Kissinger in China, like to get him to with Roseanne, don't let Roseanne see him, make sure she has to say something nice about him. But you can actually lobby for more money than other comics.
I think so. Yeah, it depends on how desperate they are.
Well, then I'll do the next one.
And just wait till the last minute.
Yeah,
you're like,
if you need, hey, you want me to come up? Who's the next person being roasted? Do you know?
I don't know yet. It's tough to find because
who the fuck would agree to that? Because you're agreeing to have being an also ran.
No, let's get Charlie. I mean, for a lot of
not Charlie.
Look at Charlie. Like, Charlie's career.
Charlie, definitely not.
And, Shatner before.
Shut up.
Shatner's not Charlie Sheen, but that guy works.
You're going to tell me the guy is the Priceline guy? He's not an also ran? He was Captain Kirk. And then 10 years went by. Then he was TJ Hooker for a minute.
Denny Crane?
Yes. You're telling me Shatner's an A-list guy?
David Hasselhoff. He's not an A-list guy. You're right.
David Hasselhoff.
You don't get A-list people.
Bob Saget.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, these are all people that you think. Okay, you know what? The fundamental difference is it started as you only roast the people you love. And I happen to know, because I'm in the business, that I know who fucking hates that person.
Yeah.
And I can tell when they're up there.
Yeah, that's probably true.
No one's like, I gotta be on the Hasselhoff roast. I fucking love him. He's like a father to me, man.
Yeah, no, you're right.
He's my biological father.
It's funny. We had on the Roseanne roast, we tried to get people that knew her, and we had Carrie Fisher on because they're friends, and Carrie Fisher was like, I don't know